Now, the rolling coverage of the 65th Siam Convention today, of course, big announcement by the government on GST reforms, and of course, when companies eventually being passing on to the consumers. And I'm joined by Kunal Behl from Cars India. Thank you, Kunal, for speaking to us. The first question, of course, the GST reforms have been announced. Big news for the Aam Aadmi coming in. You've also announced the benefits being passed on to the consumers. Tell us what benefit do the consumers get, and what benefit does the companies now get as far as the second half of the year goes? Because in the first half we saw muted sales, muted growth. How do you see it now?
I think if you look at in the last 5 years CAGR, the overall industry was growing, but there's certain specific segments which were not having big growth. So the growth was mainly driven by the SUV segments, and the sedans or the hatchbacks are the ones which are degrowing. So on that note, I think the government of India, thanks to the government, very strong measure being done. It's a very progressive step. By and large, it should really uplift the demand, of course, backed by the festive period this month. But I believe it's a sustainable kind of a growth which should come. In fact, there is no doubt the Indian economy as a whole is growing. We have the strongest GDP result for the first quarter. We have lowest inflation right now. We have very good interest rates. Thanks to Finance Minister, some income tax slabs were also lowered. So, and now the GST. So I think all in all of this actually should have a very buoyant demand going forward. So we are quite happy for it. And as you said, we passed on entire GST benefit on all the cars, be it the Honda Amaze, the Honda City and Elevate. I would request and urge customers to go in this period, try and book the cars, not just at the special GST price which are going to come up, but also the festive discounts. And you should book and take the delivery of the car in the auspicious period.
Many are actually saying that this is probably one of the best times to buy a car. I want to ask you, how do you expect monthly bookings to grow further? Because we see a lot of development. People are actually wanting to avoid during this Pitra Paksh kind of period. So do you expect now footfall to gain traction at the dealerships?
Yeah, I think in the last 1 week, the footfall at our Honda showrooms is quite good. In fact, last month was very good for us for Onam. So, South is one kind of an area which gives an indication how the industry is going to be, because Onam is the first festival period in the calendar year which happened. So, from that perspective, yes, last week has been quite good. We see a lot of fresh bookings coming up. You rightly said there is inauspicious period for delivery. So, but yes, bookings have shown a good improvement.
All right. And we saw that government announcing GST reforms, but not much didn't come for the hybrid space. EV, of course, remain at 5%, but hybrids was something what the industry was wanting to have, because it's a growing technology in India, and we would want to adopt it because it gives us more mileage and saves us on fuel. This is a little bit friendly as well. So, what do you feel about the hybrids? What should the government be intervening now?
I think Honorable Minister today in the Siam Convention also mentioned that pollution is one of the biggest area of concerns for the Indian society, and to reach to the carbon neutrality goal, Honda also aspires to be carbon neutral. I think not just one powertrain can play the role and play that whole, the goal can be achieved. So it has to be multiple powertrains, be it the hybrid, be it the electric, or be it the FFE, which is the flex fuels. So I think as a country, we should take a collective and inclusive approach towards it. While electric, of course, is a long-term one, which should be backed by a proper charging infrastructure. I think hybrid is a very quick way of, having a transition to the electric, where it has a combination of the electric motor as well as the traditional ICE engine. So I'm sure, hybrid would play a bigger role to it, and of course followed by the flex fuel, which the Honourable Minister mentioned. So I'm sure going forward there could be some consideration on hybrid as well.
Okay, now 3 new SUVs being planned by FY27 is what we hear, including the combination of hybrids and different terrains as well. When do we expect that? Could you give us a timeline on it, and how much are you expecting to gain volumes post that?
So we already mentioned that next year, which is 26-27, we're going to have 3 new nameplates. I can't define any specific volume to it, but yes, one of them, the key model, is the electric SUV more than 4 meters. There's a change in plan. Earlier we mentioned it's going to be electric car based on Elevate, but now it's going to be a completely new SUV more than 4 meters electric car, and I'm sure Honda is known for its durable and performance. So we're going to surprise the market with the new EV. I'm sure on that.
All right. And would that be coming in this calendar year or the next?
It's in the next financial year.
All right. And also, small car segment now, everybody is very excited and upbeat about the small car segment revival post the GST cuts. You have one or two cars there operating. So, how do you see the small car segment going in India now?
So, of course, less than 4 meters, we have the Honda Amaze, which is the lower sedan, and it's quite a promising segment as such. The segment is growing this year as compared to the upper sedan, and Honda Amaze is doing very good. In fact, it is one car which has the safety of the Honda sensing or the ADAS enabled to it. Again, today the Honorable Minister said that India's one of the big concerns about the road accidents. So Amaze is a wonderful product which has a combination of the Honda sensing of the ADAS, and of course it has the CVT engine to it. So CVT, I would like to say that we are selling about 50% of the cars which we sell in Amaze are CVT driven. So definitely that's a very important portfolio for us, and looking forward to the Indian growth story, I'm sure that segment should also grow.
And lastly, what kind of market share are we looking at when it comes to GST cuts? Because I'm sure everybody is getting into the game of discounts and of course passing on the benefits to the consumers, doing attractive campaigns. Where does Honda stand to gain market share, in particular overall market share from these benefits?
So India is a vast country. Every market has a petrol specific thing, which has electric, which has CNG. So Honda is mainly operating in the petrol space, and we are very proud to have very strong markets in petrol in states like Gujarat, Kerala, Andhra, and so many of them. So a market share definitely is a component of the powertrains which you are in, which kind of industry you're representing in. The industry which Honda is representing, we got a very strong market share, and with the new GST reform being done, overall, as I said, the demand should be buoyant, and we will definitely enjoy that as well.
And what does industry growth mean to you right now? I mean, how much would the industry grow with these reforms now?
So as of now, in the last 5 months, the industry is probably at a degrowth, but going forward, I believe that industry should go about 4% or 3% growth. Looking at the smaller segments should grow, and I think one of the bigger manufacturers.
So 7 to 10% growth is what being.
I can't say 7 to 10% growth, but because already the 5 months have gone, so we have a balance of 7 months to cover up. But looks like it should be 3 to 4% growth.
Alright, well, that was Kunal Behl from Honda Cars India speaking to us on what really the car market would look like, and of course with the new surprise coming up from the House of Honda Cars India, and it would be a game changer. That's what Kunal says to us.